Hey everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where it's time for the final Postmoogle quest of patch 2.4. Hello there, Deputy Postmoogle. Today you have for me Guildmaster, Prelate, and Plot. The Deputy Postmoogle finds himself with a pressing demand for an amenable adventure. Satora, my loyal lackey, your timing is perfect, Kupo. Look what I just found and crumpled up in the bottom of... look what just popped up into my post bag. It's an official epistle from those doughty defenders of Ul'dah, the Brass Blades. Needless to say, it must be delivered without delay. Do you recognize this seal? Any Postmoogle worth his salt knows what it signifies. An appeal for assistance. The Blades are not wont to ask for help. Mind you, what they want they usually take by force. These petitions are only sent when their inquiries lead them outside their jurisdiction. This one is addressed to Kokobuki, master of the Thaumaturge's guild. Those blades are nothing if not plucky, I must say. If I suspected a Thaumaturge of any manner of wrongdoing, I would stay well away. So hurry to Ul'dah, Kupo, and deliver the message before it's too late. Alright then, let's go get this delivered. Off to Ul'dah, off to the Thaumaturge's guild. Hello there, Kokobuki. I have a letter for you, a request for aid from the Brass Blades. Ah, you are returned, Satora. Do you seek to delve still more deeply into the fathomless realms of the unreal? No, I sense your desires are altogether more worldly. A letter, you say? Yeah, a letter from the Brass Blades. It seems that the name of our bonekeeper, Prelate Yayaki, has been mentioned in connection with a Brass Blade investigation. Former Guildmaster Mumuepo stands accused of fomenting insurrection against the crown, and they fear Yayaki may have become embroiled in his vile plot. Mumuepo was convicted of embezzlement 5 years ago and sentenced to serve in the Colosseum as a Noxious, a prisoner of the arena made to fight until his debts are repaid. He toils there to this day. Did we meet Mumuepo during some of the other Postmoogle quests? During probably the one where we went to the Colosseum? I feel like we might have. When his crimes first came to light, it was the Sultana herself who pressed for a heavy sentence to serve as an example of the consequences of corruption. That would give him reason enough to hold a grudge against the crown. And it is true that Prelate Yayaki was his dearest disciple before his fall from grace. It is not beyond the realms of possibility that he might attempt to involve her in his schemes. A swift and decisive investigation is called for. And I believe I know just the woman to carry it out. Oh, do not feign surprise. Why else would I go to the trouble of explaining the situation to you? Now, by way of a first step, I would have you speak with Prelate Yayaki herself. Probe her demeanor for any irregularities and report back to me. Alright then. Yayaki! Oh, you're the receptionist. Yeah, that's what I thought. You are who I thought you were. You didn't do anything bad, did you? Let's not be too suspicious about this. How dare you speak to me like that? Get out of my sight before I give you reason or regret your presumption. Oh, my presumption. I only presume to be able to enroll in a guild without being turned away by a bloody receptionist of all people. Your guildmaster will hear of this, you mark my words. Oh, she's in a bad mood. Satora, I'm sorry you had to bear witness to that ugly scene. Such altercations must seem unspeakably petty to a woman of your experience. Why did you turn him away? I am finding that I am at a loss as to how to deal with this latest crop of initiates. Most are wholly oblivious to the dangers of thaumaturgy. They imagine our art a pastime and would blindly embark on the path to oblivion without a moment's hesitation. If only they knew. I was here long before the brothers who serve as guildmasters today. For nigh on 15 years have I stood at this desk, ushering unsuspecting novices into the abyss. I've seen too many souls corrupted by powers they did not understand and could not control. So I have taken a stand. Any aspiring initiate who I judge to lack the necessary aptitude, I turn away. Alright. If that goes beyond a prelate's prerogative, so be it. Too often have I seen the spark of enthusiasm in a novice's eye turn into the conflagration that consumes him. I cannot simply continue to stand by and do nothing. You may report my conduct to the Guildmaster if you wish. I believe that what I have done is right, and I will take full responsibility for my actions. It is for the Council of Guildmasters to decide whether or not my conduct goes against the dicta of the guild. Final judgment on the matter would fall to the eldest of the brothers, Master Kokobezi, I think. No one can keep the brothers straight. Nobody. It's Kokobuki, by the way. Nobody can keep them straight. I see, so Prelate Yayaki has been turning away prospective initiates. I'd wondered why the number of new guild members had fallen so sharply. Now I know. Could this be the bitter fruits of Mumu Eppo's unseen labor? Might he be working through Yayaki to deprive the guild of new blood and thereby precipitate our eventual downfall? If so, it has been for naught, for while the quantity of recruits has undoubtedly fallen, their quality has soared. Each one is blessed with a natural aptitude for ethereal manipulation. Be that as it may, we cannot be sure of Yayaki's true motives. We must learn more of her recent behavior. Cannot speak this morning for some reason. Pray speak with others around the ossuary and glean what clues you can. Alright, let's see what people have noticed. Kokobezi, what have you noticed about Yayaki? Prelate Yayaki? She's been in the guild longer than any of us, and yet she's still only a bonekeeper propping up the reception desk. I wonder why she refuses promotion so stubbornly. She was a loyal supporter of the previous Guildmaster, you know, right up until he was thrown out in disgrace. I suppose her feelings towards my brothers and I must be complicated to say the least. That may explain why she still can't seem to get our names right. I'd always imagined it a simple lapse of memory, but now that I think about it, I can't help but wondering if it might signify something. Could it be that in her heart of hearts she has yet to accept us as her guildmasters? Possibly. But also there's a lot of you. Let's see. Mamani, have you noticed anything about Yayaki? Prelate Yayaki? She always has her head in a book. A habit she picked up from Master Mumu Eppo, I believe. In the study of esoteric tomes, he was without equal. So skilled was he at extracting knowledge from the most cryptic texts that he was even able to bring several long-forgotten magics back to life. Such achievements prompted many to look past his more questionable activities, Yayaki among them. Others, however, were not so forgiving. The truth is, long before his fall from grace, there were more than a few in the guild who regarded him with suspicion. Not Yayaki, though. She has always been such an earnest, single-minded person, completely devoted to deepening her understanding of Thaumaturge. She saw only her master's genius. So you wish to learn about Prelate Yayaki. There is but one thing to tell. She breaks her fast on thaumaturgical texts and sups on treatises. Mayhap literally if the guild librarians are to be believed. According to them, she has taken several weighty volumes from the ossuary and has thus far failed to return a single one. Just what could she be doing with them? Okay, there's definitely some suspicious activity happening here. Not returning the text? That's definitely, Normally that'd just be, okay, she's a little obsessive, but that could just be the case. She could just be obsessive over reading about Thaumaturge. But given there's other suspicions being levied at her. Oh gods, I'm good for the money, I swear. Just give me a few more days. What? You want to know I've seen Prelate Yayaki? No? Alright, yes. I've seen her a couple of times heading through them doors over there, looking all shifty. Stuck out like a sore thumb she did. That's a back way to the Coliseum, see, and she don't look like no fighter. Takes you down to where they lock up the noxious fellers, I think. Maybe she's been paying one of them a visit. Okay. Okay, that definitely does put her as pretty suspicious. Oh, we have definitely met Mumu Eppo because we fought Mumu Eppo in Halatali Hard. That's where I remember the name from. I know for a fact we fought Mumu Eppo in Halatali Hard. They were the last boss of Halatali. But yeah, okay. She could just be visiting an old friend. There's plenty of reasonable explanations for this. But with other suspicions being levied at her, it's worth investigating a little bit more. My little bird returns. Tell me, what information were you able to gather about our prelate? Yeah, she's been taking books from the library, not returning them, and visiting Mumu Eppo, it seems. I see, it seems Yayaki was more deeply enthralled to our predecessor than I first assumed. And the business of these missing tomes does not bode well. Mumu Eppo is renowned for his own almost preternatural ability to piece together scraps of arcane knowledge from the most moth-eaten manuscripts and bring long-lost sorceries back to life. If, as seems likely, Yayaki delivered the stolen tomes to him, he may at this very moment be endeavoring to reawaken some dread magic with which to exact vengeance against the Sultanate. But without knowing which texts have been taken, we can only guess at his intentions. Hold on a moment. You did say the books had been removed from the guild's private collection, did you not? Thal be praised, there may yet be a way. Here, Satora, take this. It is the full inventory of the guild's archives, listing every manuscript that lines these walls. Simply compare the books on the shelves against the titles on this list and our missing text shall be revealed. Oh god, we're doing an inventory. We're doing an inventory. At least it'll tell us what she took. A copy of The Cry from the Depths appears to be missing. Alright, next up. Thankfully, we only need to look where there is missing books. A copy of Thaumaturge, The Yawning Abyss appears to be missing. Alright, what next? I love doing that. Using the backflip to jump forward. A copy of The Lesser Key of Thal appears to be missing. And last one. A copy of the Troth of Kings appears to be missing. Okay, we've got a bunch of missing books, Guildmaster. Can you piece anything together from that? It is done? Quickly then, show me which titles are missing. I've got my list right here. It is as I feared. All the missing volumes are works which held a special fascination for our former Guildmaster. It is all but certain that he requested them. Alas, I cannot speak for their content. What I can say is that Mumuepa will not have chosen them on a whim. Being a connoisseur of ancient manuscripts, he knows the worth of every volume here. The illuminative worth, I should add, though he knows the pecuniary worth just as well. As you may have heard, he became obsessed with collecting lavishly ornamented codices, frittering our funds away on gilded or bejeweled copies of works already in our possession. He would even buy works of little scholarly value, providing they were rare enough to drive up the price. By the end, the walls of his study were awash with gold and gems, and he would stare at them for hours, wrapped in silent adoration. In his lust for luster, he emptied first the guild's coffers and then his own, being driven at last to the felonious peculation that would prove his undoing. I mention this because the volumes which Yuyaki took were wholly without ornament, meaning that Mumuepa desired them for their content and not their form. I fear something terrible lurks in those pages, Satora, something which Mumuepa alone may be capable of discovering. There's nothing for it. The prelate must be made to talk. The end of Yuyaki's shift draws near. I propose we lay a trap for her. Lie in wait outside the rear entrance of the Colosseum. I will stalk her from the shadows, and when we have her cornered, we close the nets. Sounds like a plan. Let's go corner her and ask what the heck she has been up to. My eyes did a stupid. Something about her clothes made it look like, from the angle I was looking at her from, she was, like, taken aback with her arms up at me jumping at her. Heading back to the guild so soon, Prelate. What, Master Kokobuki. Prelate Yuyaki, you stand accused of treason. The brass blades have passed on information to me which suggests that you have been conspiring with Mumuepa to incite rebellion against the crown. I have been conducting an investigation to establish the veracity of their report. Satora here has been assisting me in my inquiries. Treason? No, I will admit that I have sought to meet with Master Mumuepa, but he has yet to agree to speak with me. And what of the manuscripts you took from the guild? Do you claim that you removed them not at your former master's behest, but upon your own initiative? I do, though I know I was wrong. I thought that if I could show him some of the texts he used to love so much, it might help to rekindle the passion he once felt for his studies. By the time I realized how low he had sunk through his lust for gold, it was too late. If I had only paid more attention, if I hadn't been so absorbed in my own studies, I owe it to him to help him in whatever way I can. This weight has been on your heart for a long time. I failed my master in his hour of need, but I've been attempting to make amends for it ever since. I have neglected my own advancement and devoted myself to investigating what caused Master Mumuepa to stray from the path of enlightenment. In secret, I began to study the careers of every new initiative, hoping to identify such corruptive factors. In so doing, I feel I've gained an instinctive sense of which aspirants will bring honor to our noble art and which stand at risk of being lost to the void. And so you began to turn away those applicants whom you deemed unsound, hoping to prevent future thaumaturges from following your former master down the path to self-destruction. That was my intent, yes. Yet search as I might, I've been unable to find any precedent for my supposed predictive instinct in the ancient texts. Mayhap I've been deceiving myself along with everyone else. The texts contain the accumulated knowledge of those who have gone before us. They do not preclude us from adding our own. The map of the void is ever incomplete. It is our duty to delve into its unknown reaches and bring back new insight for the guidance of future generations. The ability to divine a man's nature at a glance would make a valuable addition to a Thaumaturge's arsenal. It warrants investigation. Can I rely on you to research this matter further? Should you find evidence to support your claims, I will of course require that you systematize the process. This shall be your atonement, Yayaki, and a fresh opportunity to resume your studies. Though the mistakes of the past cannot be undone, mayhap through this the mistakes of the future can yet be prevented. Thank you, Master. If it can be of any assistance to the Guild, I shall devote myself to this research with all my heart. I thank you, Satora, for helping to bring the truth of this matter to light. Rest assured that I shall instruct the Brass Blades that their suspicions regarding Prelate Yayaki are completely unfounded. Well, there wasn't no basis, but they were incorrect. But for now, let us return to the ossuary. It is past time that the fruits of Prelate Yayaki's labors were shared with the Guild, not only for the benefit of Thaumaturges today, but for Thaumaturges yet to come. Sounds like a plan! I'm glad this all worked out. I'm glad it wasn't nearly as nefarious as we feared. Yayaki was just trying to do her best for the Guild in her own way. It just looked unfortunately suspicious. And we have reached, what was that, level 18? Heck yeah! That is all the Postmoogle quests for patch 2.4. Next time on Final Fantasy XIV, what are we doing? Fishing time! It's time for the fishing. I'll see everyone next time for that.